Jamaica moved up 2 places to number 55 on the latest Coca-Cola FIFA World Ranking. However, the Jamaicans remain 6th in the CONCACAF region, behind leaders the USA, who moved up 2 places to number 11 in the world, and Mexico, who occupies number 14 in the world after moving up 1 place. Panama is at number 3 in CONCACAF, despite dropping a place to number 45 in the world. Canada sits number 4 in the region and 49th on the global stage. Costa Rica is 5th in the region, 52nd on the global stage. The world champions Argentina is the number 1 team in the world, with France 2nd, Belgium 3rd, England 4th, Brazil. They round out the top 5 teams in the world. Liverpool's English Premier League title pursuit continues with a home fixture against the bottom team Sheffield United this afternoon at 1:30. The Reds seize the advantage in the title race. They are second at the minute and can leapfrog Arsenal at the top of the table. Arsenal are beating the team yesterday, Luton Town, by 2-0 at the Emirates to go top, just a point ahead of the Liverpoolians. However, the Gunners retake the lead, as I mentioned, and it's also a crucial encounter for Sheffield United. They are embroiled in a hard-fought relegation battle. This makes it good. They're fighting relegation, so they should give Liverpool a big one today, hopefully. The Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp says they are enjoying the title race.
The games are too intense. Everybody's fighting for everything. So it's really, really a tough period, but obviously exciting as well. Looking forward to it. And all the games coming up, they're all difficult for different reasons. Because first and foremost, they're football team games. That's always difficult, but we are really looking forward to it.
Jurgen Klopp, we're all under pressure, Jurgen. We are, especially if your team is involved in the race. Meanwhile, an intriguing battle takes center stage at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea will take on Manchester United. They say this is a clash between half dozen and a dozen, because Manchester United is 6th and Chelsea is 12th. So it's a dozen versus half dozen today at Stamford Bridge. Both Mauricio Pochettino and Eric Ten Hag are under immense pressure to turn their club's fortunes around as they endeavour to meet their respective European targets with just 9 games left to play. Now, just a solitary point was claimed by both clubs against relegation-threatened teams last weekend. Chelsea, they pegged back twice to draw 2-2 at home to a 10-man Burnley, and a few hours before that, Man United conceded in minute number 90 plus 9 minutes to draw 1-1 with Brentford in London. Coach of Jamaica's senior women's cricket team, Shane Brooks, says he's hoping the tournament promised by the Jamaican Cricket Association, JCA, will materialize. Jamaica were crowned regional double champions after winning both the Super 50 Cup and the T20 Blaze. Speaking on Sports Nation Live, Brooks says the establishment of a women's tournament will go a far way in continuing Jamaica's dominance of regional cricket.
The JC has promised to have a tournament starting late April. I'm hoping that it will actually start. If that happens, there will be at least 2 months of cricket being played. The West Indies board has suggested that they are looking to contract players going forward. If that is the case, you'll have players being in training at least 4 days a week for at least 12 months a year. So you will have persons being actively training and playing. You will probably have more than just 5 persons being selected for the West Indies team from Jamaica.
Jamaica won 9 of their 10 matches on their way to both titles. They played unbeaten in the T20 Blaze and lost only to Guyana in the Super 50. However, Brooks says there's still room for improvement.
We can be a lot tighter in the 25-yard circle. We allow teams to score a lot of singles, and I think we can be a lot sharper. I would love for the JCA to have an organized tournament for these ladies so that they'll be playing a lot more cricket. Love to start earlier with the program to have these ladies playing more cricket, so we're not a one-hit wonder, but look to go next year and repeat this kind of dominance. So improvement in the fielding, continue improving in the batting, and to have more cricket being played, because with more cricket being played, this will become a lifestyle, this will become a norm, and this will become the way or the brand that Jamaica will play cricket.
Shane Brooks, coach of the Jamaica women's cricket team. Public relations and communications manager for the ICC T20 World Cup, Damon Leon, confirmed the expansion of the seating capacity at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Tuva, Trinidad and Tobago. At a recent press conference, the LOC gave updates on the preparations ahead of the June 1 to 29 tournament, which has been co-hosted by the Caribbean and the 2 U.S. cities. Veteran cricket commentator Joseph Reds Pereira explains the upgrade.
In 3 weeks, there will be another addition of 2,400 new seats, which will bring it up to over 18,000 people who want to attend matches. There's a major turnout expected on June the 12th when the West Indies plays New Zealand, which is a key match that the West Indies badly need to win. There'll be 5 matches in the early rounds, but then Trinidad is expected to hold one of the semi-finals, with the other going to Guyana. So they are well prepared for a major turnout in Trinidad.
Yeah, that's Joseph Reds Pereira. Tennis analyst Cassius Watson believes both Saudi Arabia and women's tennis will benefit from the Asian country hosting the WTA finals. The governing body for women's tennis announced that Saudi Arabia will host the WTA finals for the next 3 years and offer record prize monies of $15.25 million in US. The event, featuring the top 8 singles players and doubles teams in the year, will be the highest profile tennis tournament held in the country. And Watson says the move will help to further promote the women's game.
I think it will help to elevate women's tennis quite a bit. You know, with all the money being pumped in, it would mean more for TV, more exposure in various markets, because they'll now have the money to push, you know, even bigger in markets when it comes to media exposure. And clearly, the pay salary will be bigger. It would mean that more players in the lower echelons of the sport on the WTA will be able to get a little more outside of the marquee names. So I think it's a win-win for both sides.
The WTA came close to staging the 2023 finals in Saudi Arabia before going to Cancun in the end. This year's finals will take place from November 2 to 9 in Riyadh. The next Gen ATP finals, which features the best men's under 21, were held in Saudi Arabia last year. Saudi Arabia has been accused of using events to sports wash its reputation amidst the accusations of violating human rights and restricting women's lives and freedom of speech. Watson says there are some positives to the agreement.
The WTA is already preparing their population reaction to the move and will be pushing back, because I guess they will say would want to incarnate that the money that is they'll earn, they will be putting a lot back into education and a lot back into benefits for women.
That's Cassius Watson. The question is, where is your team in the title race? They say if you're looking for a TV remote, look on Arsenal. It's the TV remote is at the top of the table, which is where the champions elect are, all right? Finally, in sports at this time, the Boston Celtics secured the top seed place in the NBA with 6 games left to play, ensuring home court advantage for the playoffs. The Celtics beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 135-100 last night. Their record this season, the best in the NBA, 60 wins and 16 defeats. The Eastern Conference Atlantic side are seeking a record 18th title, with the most recent win coming in 2008. I think it wasn't Kevin Garnett was in the team at the time with Paul Pierce, right? Elsewhere, the Toronto Raptors suffered their 15th straight defeat. They lost 133-85 to Minnesota. The result takes the Timberwolves narrowly to the top of the Western Conference Division. The Milwaukee Bucks, they lost 111-101 to the Memphis Grizzlies as their injury struggles continued, playing without Damian Lillard, the man they call Dame Time, Chris Middleton, and Patrick Beverly. Wow, 3 big players. The Los Angeles Lakers beat the Washington Wizards 125-120, taking the Lakers to 9th in the Western Conference, which would ensure a play-in spot. Anthony Davis, AD, he scored 35 points and grabbed 18 boards. LeBron got 25 points, dished out 9 assists and grabbed 7 rebounds. The struggling Detroit were beaten 121-113 by Atlanta. Orlando beat New Orleans 117-108, and Brooklyn secured a narrow 115-111 win over Indiana, while DeAndre Ayton scored 24 points and grabbed 16 boards. Portland, they beat Charlotte 189-86.